All right, man. Let's talk about a little bit of race. I mean, I hinted on race a little bit, but let's talk about sensitivity training. And I've seen some people upset about some major companies conducting sensitivity training and speaking to telling their white people to be less white. And that's funny. And I was watching Bill Maher over the weekend, and he was having this conversation with another panelist in Charlemagne the God. And excuse me, the two white guys had no idea what it meant to be less white. And the black guy absolutely understood what it meant to be less white, but also what it means to be less black. And that sparked something for me. It's like, dang, I know actually how to be quote unquote less black. And for people, when we talk about white privilege, right? That's one of those things of white privilege. You don't even know what it's like to be less of your normal self in order to benefit professionally or benefit in the social circle because you never had to do it. You get to authentically be your normal self, speak mostly your normal dialect of English, and it's fine. It's totally fine. You don't have to be told that masking certain parts of your personality that are culturally specific to your upbringing is the thing to do in order for you to be taken seriously. I talked about it a little bit on the NFL hour, and we're talking about quarterbacks and being quarterbackial and the way that you're supposed to be corporate, this, that, and the third. I said, well, maybe that's the winning answer, or maybe it's just something that has been there for so long that the numbers make it the right thing to do because there's not enough people who act differently that act that way. So here's the thing. You can't have racists conducting race sensitivity training. You can't have racial sensitivity training conducted by people who don't actually understand what it is to be racially sensitive. Because telling someone to be less white or less black is racially insensitive. You have to find, for one, better words to use that actually describe what it means. Because now you're using a stereotype to tell somebody to stop stereotyping people. I just don't think that's the one. It's like, hey, stupid. No, I wouldn't. I was trying to think of a joke. I ain't got no joke, right? So here's what we do. For racial sensitivity training, what we have to do is we have to create a group of people from different walks of life, different colors, different races to come up with a plan. And in those conversations, you have to make sure that the people who are conducting the training are trusted by the people receiving the training. Because if I don't trust you, you're not going to come in here and tell me the way that I am is wrong. I'm going to be less likely to receive it. It's just human behavior. So what you have to do is you have to get this group of people together and you have to speak to it from different levels. You have to educate those, empower, particularly the white people, the behaviors that they need to unlearn. We talk about unconscious bias. That's going to be one thing I'm going to keep coming back to here today because I think unconscious bias is one of the biggest things. Because you have somebody say, oh, I'm not racist. I don't have a racist bone in my body. And I say, bullshit. It's okay, though. If you have a few racist bones in your body, I'm not going to be mad at you. Just don't have too many. All right? You don't have a racist soul. So you take those people and you have these conversations, right? You talk about these things and you educate yourselves and one another so that now you're having a racial conversation. And you have to make it a safe space where people are comfortable sharing some of their biases, some of their false pretenses so that you can get to growth. But to come in and say, hey, got to be less white here. Let's sag our pants a little bit. Let's drink some little Hennessy. Let's do some rap music on Fridays, huh? No, man. That's not it. No more Dockers. Hello, Dickies. Oh, we're not playing golf this weekend. We're playing basketball. So, yeah, you actually have to be sensitive when you're conducting this training. It's like the blind leading the blind. It's like the people who say, "Oh, I don't see color." You don't? Are you colorblind? I want you to see color. I want you to acknowledge my color. I just don't want you to treat me any differently because I got it. Okay? So I saw this funny meme. It was talking about people who don't see color, and then it was like somebody drinking a bottle of Flint water. You sure you don't see color? Because I like clear water. I don't want my water to look like beer. Now, I want my beer to look like beer and my water to look like water, but I don't want my beer to look like water and my water to look like beer. So we have to be sure that we are aware of what's going on. We're not being blind. We're not blind to the things around us that are wrong. We just take them head on. And that's one of my issues with cancel culture is that we don't take issues head on. We want to get rid of it, hide it, say, "Oh, no, go away." It's like, no. Let's not just send it away. This is not a criminal that we're sending to prison, which you know how I feel about that too. This is somebody. This is an issue that needs to be addressed, talked about, and rehabilitated. It's like, oh, this affects my mental health. I'm going to shut this off. It's still going to affect your mental health when it comes back again. Like, triggers are meant to be pulled, right? They just have to be properly aimed so you hit the target. So when your triggers get pulled, you have to be able to properly aim that trigger so it hits the target and it does not affect you and your mental health for an extended period of time. Okay.